Zappy, zappy, spark, spark. That's right. Today we're talking about ignition controls. I've had the system planned and I wanted it even when I was an NA buggy. And yeah, I wasn't too happy with factory options like a 009 or 034, even though single vacuum dual advance, personal opinion, had a better spark curve to it, and you can tune them and set your springs and get the mechanical advance to where you want it, where you need it. It wasn't exactly what I was looking for, so I went out and got my MSD. Being that I came from a small block, big block world, North American muscle, I should say, I've ran a lot of MSDs before. I'm a big fan of their boxes. You get rev control. The 6ALs, they kind of sucked because you had to find the pill to get your rev control out of it. But 6AL2 was great because you had the little dials on the side and you could set your rev limits via a dial instead of a pill, so you didn't lose a pill and be like, oh shit, now I'm stuck at 6,500 RPM when I need 5,500, or you had to wait for the parts store to open, JB's, Mopac, what have you, or Summit, Amazon. So I went out and got the SS Blaster coil, part number A207. It's a relatively speaking compact coil. It should be, I'm like 90% sure it's configurable any direction. Much like the Bosch 009 or Bosch blue coils that are gel filled. So I have pretty much unlimited mounting options. It is where I'm thinking it's going to go. It's going to be mounted upright anyhow. But I still have to build a bracket for that. And that coil is going to be firing my MSD Pro Billet distributor, part number 8485. The Pro Billets, you have to run an MSD or equivalent box too. They're super fine controls, and what I like about them is they're super easy to lock out. So I can set my timing to 36 degrees, lock it out, and then take the retard off of the ignition box, which is boop, MSD Programmable 6AL2. So what the Programmable does is it gives you, I believe, 3 rev controls. So you have a burnout rev limit, a boost retard, and launch control retard. So you can set your retard for all that. And that is via their programming. So I don't actually have a household computer. I'm not a techno buff by any means. I actually honestly really hate technology, which is part of the reason why I'm doing a blow through carb setup opposed to fuel injection. So this is kind of, I don't want to say it's out of the realm of what I do. It's just not normal for me to use said MSD programmable box. One of my friends, he has used it before, says it's super easy to set up via computer. He's going to help run through all that and probably give me his laptop. Now, one of the main things that I find ironic, even though I am not a techno computer logistics person, one thing I do understand is the cords that they use are archaic, I believe would be the word I would use best to describe them. So this is how you flash it through this bottom port here, which has a plug that is apparently hard to get off one-handed. There we go. So you screw in, hook up to your laptop. Why they don't use an Emmet or a USB cord is beyond me. But I know that they also make USB to whatever this pin configuration is called. I think it's an 11 pin. Yes, we'll go with 11. 9? 11? something like that. So it's they do make adapters. We use them at work for hooking onto ABS control boxes for heavy duty tractors, trailers. So I do have access to one. It's not difficult. And like I said, my friend had one as well. And I know the past couple videos have just been me showing you guys parts, which is all fine and dandy, but I mean, for the most part, all my parts are still on my coffee table. And that's because I am working currently on, I believe, 6 different vehicles. I'll insert some footage like here, maybe. One of them is my friend Mike. He has a 1300 horse, 240 inch, single carbed, naturally aspirated 632 big block in his 240 inch rail. That thing ran, I believe it was a 710 last year, and he's looking to break into the 6s this year, and that would be in the quarter, not in the 8th. We have in the hot rod shop, we got a S10 drag truck, which has got a blown with a 671 on top of a 396. 396 small block, I should say. That thing should be in the 700 to 800 horsepower range to the tires. It's got a turbo 400 backing it. That thing's going to be stupid fast. And what else do we have in the hot rod shop right now? Another friend, different Mike. He has a Honda GS 500 that I'm helping him do the exhaust and some electrical on to get the out of province or safety inspection complete on that. And then he's going to tear it all apart once that's done and go full-blown cafe racer with it. He's building that bike for his soon-to-be wife. My friend Jeff, he did some pinstriping on the tank, and Jeff is an incredibly talented artist. If I had half of his tools and a 16th of his skill, I would be way further ahead in this game than I currently am. But you know what? It's all a learning curve, so I'm all right with it. What else do we have going on? I have one of my former coworkers. I'm working on her husband's truck, which is, I want to say, a 90 S10 Blazer. It's got a Vortex small block in it, converted to carb, HEI ignition, Edelbrock intake, Edelbrock carb, quick fuel technology regulator, Holly blue fuel pump, and the front only is on air ride, which I thought was kind of weird. So all the hard parts were really well thought out, just incredibly poorly installed. So I'm just helping him clean it up. Let's move over to this so you get a better background too. I'm helping him clean it up and make it, one, safe because it doesn't have front shocks. The brakes on it are atrocious at best. And yeah, so move that. Ooh. Oh yeah, I like that. That's good. That's a good spot right like that. I have my buggy, obviously, that I'm working on. And my brother just bought a new to him truck, which has been sitting on the farm for I don't even know how long. I haven't even seen the thing live yet. So I'm going to try to get that running and going for him. If you're interested in any of this stuff, throw down a comment and maybe I'll make some videos on what I'm doing on them. But one thing that I have been doing in the shop, which I actually took to my workshop and did there, is welding up my intake pipe. So this side's going to bolt to the turbo. It goes under my air-to-air and oil cooler. And then my conical filter will sit up here on it. Insert footage here. When I welded it up, the next day I just had it sitting on my box, and my welder at my shop came over and looked at it and said something to the remarks of, "What the hell, Jamie, did you get Helen Keller to weld it with her feet?" behind her back. And Jack's an old crusty bastard. I've worked with him for 12 years. I love that man to death. But I do have some pitting and stuff. Those were, for the most part, from where it was tacked together. Because I tacked it with my flux core and I didn't clean it well enough. So it looked like shit. But he did say, because he saw it the day before, that all my fitting was actually really incredible. And that was the hard part. Because any idiot can stick metal to metal except for me, evidently. So there we go. We are looking at, oh, sweet coffee. Yeah, I forgot I had that. We're looking at the ignition system here. I will do some videos on how I installed it, routed it, what I'm doing for power sources and all that fun jazz. What this is for, I'll do a video on that because that's going to be a positive vacuum for my puke can or catch can, air oil separator, however you want to phrase it. I'm sure there is a technically correct way of saying it, and I probably didn't say any of them that are technically correct. So, thank you for joining me on another episode on how to turbo your air-cooled Volkswagen, presented by no one because no one's willing to sponsor me, which sucks because that means all this is coming out of my own pocket, which sucks because I'm poor. Fuck.